Hello YouTube, and welcome back to day 2 of 60 days of World of Warcraft. Yesterday I uploaded a video in the early evening about what kind of character we were going to create for this series. In that, the file uploaded and then YouTube stuck in processing for about 12 hours. I had initially said we would make a decision at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today, but that really didn't give us much time to get any answers. So we didn't get any posts on the video because the video didn't go up and it was only up for 12 hours. And as such, we are going to create a character together and we're going to play that one, at least for this series. If we decide to continue this, we will go ahead and continue it, and perhaps we'll do it again once we get more World of Warcraft players into the channel. So we're going to create a new character. And what we're going to play is we are going to play a Warlock. Because I don't have one of those, I don't think. No, I do not. Not on this server. So, Warlock. And I would like to make it something... Cannot be okay. Don't really like gnomes that much. Cannot be a Draenei. Human, dwarf, gnome, worgen, orc, undead, troll, blood elf. Alright, so human, dwarf, gnome, and worgen are our choices. I'm not terribly fond of the worgen starting area, so we're down to human, dwarf, and gnome. So let's look at what attributes each of those get. So gnomes get may escape from speed altering effects, increase resource pool, resistant to arcane damage, engineering skill, and faster attack. And dwarves get stone form, increased effect from critical strikes, resistant to frost damage, finds the additional archaeology fragments and survey faster, which I never got into. I really have to look up more about archaeology. And human, which are just basically balanced with reputation point boost and haste, critical strike, mastery, and versatility. So let's do human. They're fairly easy. I do remember a bit about Stormwind, so we can kind of find our way around. And we will go ahead and make our Warlock. Now we're going to customize him. Skin color. That looks like a good skin color for a guy who deals with dead things. Let's choose his face. That looks more like somebody I could believe doing that. And now we actually have to give him some hair because I don't like the effect we got going on there. And since he's a warlock, he probably doesn't have a lot of time to do upkeep on his hair, so we'll go with the heavy metal look here. What color? And we'll go with the dirty look, or maybe the... Yeah, he's a younger warlock, so we'll do that. Facial hair. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So we'll randomize the name. So we find something easy to remember. Because in games like this, if we want to make a name for ourselves, people got to be able to remember what your name is. Or at least some shortened form that they can say. That's a good name. It's probably taken. It's not. Okay, we are a level 1 warlock. You can see our little familiar over here. Let's enter the game. Now, I intend to do this playthrough using as little resources from my alts as possible.
The proud humans of Stormwind led the Alliance to victory in its war against the dreaded Lich King. While successful, the campaign in Northrend proved costly, and the humans now seek to bolster their strategic holdings throughout the world. Under Varian's daring leadership, humanity now braces itself for a renewed conflict with its perennial enemy, the Horde. Yet, as the great cataclysm rips across the world, familiar threats have once again arisen closer to home. It now falls to you to defend the kingdom and uphold the honor of humanity.
Apparently, I'm still downloading some of the areas because I don't understand why it's skipping. All right, let's get our first quest.
Be careful.
I like the map. The map looks better than I remember it. Didn't used to look this helpful. Okay, so we gotta get some wargs. I don't need help on how to move. Alright.
Well met.
No, or there we go. Got a rabbit's foot. I gotta do 6 more of these. Alright. I loaded up some of the add-ons to kind of give us a head start, but I haven't had a chance to configure them yet because we just started this character. So we'll do that as we go. And I did a little research on the add-ons, so picked some of the better ones that were out there. So anyway, as I was trying to say during the introduction and got interrupted, I'm going to try to do this with as little interference from my alts as possible. So I may use them to upgrade gear between some levels, but not gonna do any speed runs with them or anything. But I do have a number of crafters, so, and they do need a workout to get some of the new stuff. So I may make armor, I may make other things, but from what I understand,
Need help?
a lot of the quest gear.
For the Alliance.
Get you rolling right off the bat, so. Spies now? Yeah. I haven't done this area in a long time.
I need to target something first.
So weird to be picking up copper again. Get used to those big gold spells. Alright, let's get an auto attack up there so we can at least be a little more useful. After we drain life, we can do something. There we go. That's better. Beat him with a stick. Alright. Yeah, it's not necessarily that I like the human land any better. It's just one of the few places I remember. The only other place would be the Night Elf place, and all honesty, I got a lot of Night Elves when I was playing, so I'm a little burned out on that. So, before we get too far into this, I wanted to remind you guys, I am doing a giveaway for a Steam gift card. So, details on that are going to come out on Monday. I'm going to make a special contest info video. So it's in your best interest to subscribe to the channel so you don't forget about the video when it comes out. So before we go too much further, if you subscribe to the channel before we get too far into it and you forget, Monday you'll see that contest video for the Steam gift card, the details on what you need to do, and the giveaway will be Friday and Saturday of next week. So a week from today.
Go with honor, friend.
Cool, new robe. I think we gotta go around back. Yeah, right there.
How are you? Have a good one.
Goblin Assassins. Let's grab this guy's quest while we're at it.
To you. See you around.
Goblin Assassin. And I never got to play a Warlock on vanilla WoW. So that's kind of new to me. I don't claim to be a pro by any means. So if I'm doing something blatantly wrong or could maybe fine-tune playing a little bit better, I'm sure it's going to aggravate somebody. And by all means, let me know. Didn't we have auto loot before? Is that a thing? And I do have music turned off, so I always make sure to turn the music off. I don't think that's what we're looking for. I think we're looking for interface. So, social. Really thought there was a auto. Yeah, there's auto. Okay. Okay, that might help us out. That's better. I just hate clicking on stuff. It's like a couple other people starting characters too. So we're not using any potions for experience. So I'm not doing any of the recruit a friend stuff or boosting anything. We're just gonna play through it. It's my understanding from what I've read that the invasions are more experience than you need anyway. So once we get to about level 10, we should progress a little better. Are all of them? Yep, that was all of them.
What can I do for you? Safe travel. You need something? See you around.
Well, that's an upgrade. And we ran the wrong way. So one of the things I'll probably do with my alts a little later is I'll make some bags and send them over. Because that's not nearly enough storage space to be useful.
With you. Light bless you.
You need something? Have a good one.
Oh no, vineyard fires. I don't remember this being on fire last time I was here, but that's okay. It can be on fire now. Oh, cool. It moves with us. I like some of that mechanics where it lets you do more than what you think it would. You get points for putting out the tree. I guess we can't put out the tree. So I think we're playing on the Lothar server. So if you do happen to play on the Lothar server, you can certainly add us as a friend if you like. As a returning player, I don't know anybody anymore, so any friends would be good. There we go. Got 2 to turn in.
Hey there. See you around.
Okay, looks like we got another bag. 6 slot. It's not bad.
King's honor, friend.
That is one of the things that I like about the World of Warcraft universe. The weapons that you get, even the trivial ones like this level 5 staff, seem so dramatic in their name.
Go with honor, friend.
And that just makes it so cool that they took the time to develop such a deep lore for this. And even the most trivial noob weapons make you feel like you've accomplished something pretty decent by completing it. Guess we go this way. Not sure where this guy is. This looks pretty intimidating, so maybe he's over here. There's his corpse. There's one of them. Okay. Beat him with a stick. There we go. And he got some copper. Now I get to use our hearthstone.
Well met.
And we get to turn this in. Now we get to go to Goldshire. I don't think we're gonna do any trade skills on this character unless you guys want me to do trade skills. I have a fair complement of trade skillers on my other characters. I think I have at least most everything that was out pre-2005 up to around 400-ish. So I can always raise it up more, but realistically,
Hello.
I don't think we're gonna waste the time for that right now, unless there's demand for it. And then I can show trade skilling in World of Warcraft. If anybody's curious to see it, just comment below and I'll be happy to get to it. It's not as complicated a system as some of the other games I play. It's actually fairly simple. The hardest part about trade skilling in World of Warcraft is getting the recipes. And I guess the key thing about World of Warcraft is grab every quest you see, because we're already level 4, well on our way to 100.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance. What can I do for you?
Level 5 already. And now I think we gotta go see the innkeeper.
What can I do for you? Safe travels. I supply only the finest goods.
And if you've never played World of Warcraft before, the Hearthstone is a travel stone that takes you to whatever you have declared as your home. And since World of Warcraft doesn't really have housing per se, normally your home is an inn. So you have to talk to the innkeeper, and he sets it up so that you are bound here. So that's what we were doing there.
You need something? Be careful.
Alright, so we've got nothing to train yet. I don't think there's anything upstairs to see. Ooh. Age trainer. First aid trainer. Priest trainer. Rogue trainer. And even though the cartoony graphics, the details they put into it are kind of nice touches. I mean, some of the tables actually even have food on them. Games that people are playing. Drinks, different bottles, not just the same type, different cups. So some of the nice little fine touches
How are you? See you later.
Are just pretty cool. Goldshire's not a really big city.
Good day to you.
Seem to remember I hate this guy.
Have a good one.
I don't remember why. I just seem to remember he was annoying.
Greetings. For the Alliance.
Okay, so we're grabbing some quests. And generally, if you're going to an area, you might as well get everything you can, because especially at the beginning, when you go somewhere, you're going to be going...
What can I do for you?
You're going to be going to the same place over and over and over again. So it's kind of best to roll them along together, and there you go. Because the more you consolidate your quest, the less you will have to go to the same place. Alright, well, let's do this one so it gets out of the way.
Hello.
We're in Goldshire, we're going to... Stolltown and Stormwind? Okay. Which,
Safe travel.
I don't know why we need a griffin to get to Stormwind. It's right up the hill. I guess it's a good introduction, but... You know, nobody really ever walks in MMOs again anymore. You miss a lot of stuff. I remember when they came out with fast rides and horses and stuff in Ultima Online. Fast travel became a thing, and you started missing all the vendors. Started missing all the cool stuff that you passed by running around. It would really pay off to run to wherever you wanted to go, instead of fast traveling. And I mean, I'm really talking about when they split Felucia off and everything. If you were non-PvP, because it was really dangerous sometimes to run blindly wherever you were going. These are in here, I think. Yep, there we go. Heavy armor merchant.
Hey there.
And I think this just takes us around Stormwind and shows us people.
See you later.
Now we have to go back to the Griffin Master. And really, it's just one of those things. The starter quests are simple. They teach you how to get around. I guess World of Warcraft got pandas. I think I noticed that from the characters in the character creator. So guess they finally, I don't know which one came first, the EverQuest 2 pandas or the World of Warcraft pandas. They probably were pretty close to the same time. But they weren't playable in EverQuest 2.
Greetings. Be careful. Light be with you.
And now we go back to
Light bless you.
Goldshire. Goldshire's calmed down a lot since the last time I was here. The one thing where I'm going to have an advantage over a brand new player, and it's really only a slight advantage, is in the... Let's see if I can bring him up. I don't have the tab yet because I don't have the skill yet. But I do have a few more mounts than a brand new player would. Not many,
Hey there.
but a few.
Have a good one.
Right. Now we gotta go to the mines. I remember spending a lot of time in these mines. Alright, Archstones, I remember those. Okay, so since we got auto loot on, it'll pick up all those quest items for us. That's really helpful. And one thing I do like about World of Warcraft quest items is unlike some games. They don't clutter up your inventory as much. So I don't have gold dust scattered all over my inventory to complete a quest they told me to do. It's not always the case, but even doing it sometimes is better than making you carry around tons and tons of simple items just for a quest that you're trying to do. Inventory management really frustrates me sometimes. I mean, if you're not going to give me 32 slot bags to carry stuff in, it's kind of hard for me to want to carry the stuff. I don't think there's any secrets in this game. At least at this part, where you can click on hidden things in the environment.
I need a target.
I mean, Black Desert kind of spoiled me on clicking on stuff. Because really, there's so many things to get knowledge from. Oh. Wow, I need work. I can't even kill a rat. Need some more gold dust and some candles. Got a candle. Now I know there are some chests in here, even though I was speaking about no real clickable things. But honestly, I don't ever recall getting anything out of any of those chests that was worth it at this level. All I ever seem to remember getting was some food, a couple trivial things, mostly just food. And at this level, we're going up so fast, it doesn't matter so much. Let's try our new spell. Really gonna have to organize our spell bars. They are quite disorganized. Did I loot everybody? Yeah. Kind of an area pickup. That is a nice feature. Okay, we got our, oh, we got everything. Okay. So, before we waste it, should probably go do turn in. This is not a complicated cave, so just haven't been in here in ages. Is this way? I think it is. There's a couple ways to get out of here. Didn't think he saw us. It looks like he didn't, so that's a good thing. So, yeah, as it stands, we don't have any mount skills, so I can't bring up the mount tab. But at level 6, having access to all the mounts would probably be completely game-breaking. I don't think we really need to do all the quests. I think I've done these a bunch of times already. Well, that guy's just running around killing stuff. Alright, well, spiders. Why is it always gotta be spiders? If it's not spiders, it's snakes. So we got 3 turn-ins. More spiders.
Need help?
On it, friend.
Hey there. See you later. Safe travels.
Alright, and these starter quests really get you going pretty well. I don't know anybody who's too excited about doing them.
You need something?
Never heard anybody say, hey, let's do the starter quest in World of Warcraft.
Have a good one.
That just doesn't come up. They're not bad, but they're not great. Okay, so belt, which is probably better than what I have. 2 armor. That's a higher item level. Four armor versus 3. At this point, I think everything's an upgrade, so alright, so now I have to go check out a farm. Probably gonna get attacked by more spiders. Okay, kill the boar. So, World of Warcraft has a lot of animals that are like flavor for the area. Cows, frogs, things of that nature. And at some point, I think there was an achievement for killing the little flavor animals. Can't remember what blue quest is. Is that optional?
Can I help you?
Maybe. I don't remember. Okay. We have...
See you
All right.
around.
Take my water. Nothing in here. Let's go see what else he might want.
What can I do for you?
More water.
For the Alliance.
You're not taking all my water, man.
Good day to you. Safe travels. See you later.
Take this letter to Tommy Joe. Oh yeah, the mine's over there. Okay. That is a bigger mine, so... that one's worth checking out. What are you? Cobalt Tunneler. So I guess reputation's a thing. I don't remember what reputation does exactly. Alright, more quests.
Well met. Farewell. How are you? Have a good one.
I remember these being fairly funny. There's Tommy Joe.
How are you? See you around.
Where'd our pig go? Over there. Alright, so that's a big pig. We're almost to level 7, so let's see if we can get to level 7 first. Before we take out the pig who's level 9. Probably instant death.
Light be with you. Go with honor, friend.
So we'll have to come back for the princess one. I don't have enough gear that I've inherited, so I'm working at the basic level. Right, level 7. So I do remember the wanted poster quests, if they're still there. There's a tower off to the side here. Maybe we can go pick up those. Alright, spiders again. Another belt. Okay, so here's Goldshire. You know, when they said Demon Hunters are the first class that can double jump, I thought other classes could. So I was a little surprised to hear that. But now that I've been playing, I realize, no, they can't. What's I gotta do? Okay, so there's a guard tower this way. And in that guard tower, there's a couple wanted posters. Eventually, we'll have to take down the guys on the wanted poster. But we'll be over that area anyway. So, might want to get the quest before we go over there. I think it's this way. I don't know. I may have changed it. And it may have gone away by now. There's that farmhouse again. Wellsbrad, Dunborough, and Westfall. And those are the invasion markings on the map right here. And even though we're close to Westfall, we still, as I understand it, need to be level 10 before we can participate. I don't know about that for sure, but I think that's the case. And besides, I don't think we'd want to go into Westfall at level 7, because we probably wouldn't live very long. Yeah, they are here. Okay. At least they've designated it now where the sign gets a quest thing over it. Didn't used to have one. So if you didn't know to click on the sign or you forgot about it, well, it's alright.
Light be with you. Go with honor, friend.
And I do like the little castles and stuff in World of Warcraft.
Hello.
Morale
Have a good
officer. Carry a lot of booze there, morale officer. We're not going to go upstairs right now. I don't think there's anything up there anyway. But we do have to grab that other bounty. Or maybe. I don't think it's going to let us. Maybe we already, because we already have that one. Yeah, that must be it. We've already got that one up there, so this must just be another one. And that guy's down this way. But he is a little more than we can take right now. It goes over there. Okay, let's go take out our pig if she's still around. Yep, she is. Alright. I'll go turn in her collar. But this does feel easier than it did the last time I went through this.
Need help? Safe travels.
And this is the wine poster, Hogger. I think he is, yeah, all the way over here. We can do that one. You got me. Dang it. Sometimes you get away with it, sometimes you don't. But that's okay. They're not terribly difficult to kill. Alright. Let us go. We'll just preemptively get this guy. So, dang it. Alright. Spiders.
I can't carry anymore.
Okay, apparently we need to go sell some stuff. Okay. Well, we're getting kind of close to the town, I think. So, good time to get rid of some stuff. There's really not much of anything we have at this level that's worth keeping unless we're using it. So, we can pretty much dump most everything. But we do need some bags. This guy in here.
You need something?
Yes, he is. Crystal Kelp Bronze.
See you later.
I'm not reading these quests. I'm sorry. If you really want to do it, you can probably pause the video when one comes up. But honestly,
Looking for something specific?
these don't have the... Well, they're not terribly interesting. Is it used for anything? Don't think so. I think what we got's better. Item 107, yeah. And I will keep the cloth because that's always nice to have. Spider air. Don't need the robe. What we have is better. Bug eye, don't care. Could use the shoes though. And the belt. So basically, I do have an add-on that gives me ideas of prices as to what things are selling for. So I think they're a little crazy at the auction house for some of this junk. But got a patchwork belt. It's an item level of 8. It has 2 armor, wear it around the waist, and the durability is 25 and 25. It's composed to the gold dust belt we're currently wearing, which is an item level 7. Goes around the waist and has 2 armor. The only difference is, actually we want that back. It's a 1 item level higher. And I didn't ever get to play under the gear score wars that went on in World of Warcraft.
Safe travels.
But item levels count for something. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just not that up on it. But higher item level at this point usually means better stuff. It's not always the case, but since none of our gear has stats of any kind, well, A little bit bigger is a little bit better. Every little bit helps. Okay, and they do have these handy dandy quest pointers, so your WoW GPS takes you to where the next quest is, so that's handy. Okay. Yeah, I do have a tailor. I'm sure they can do something useful with the cloth. Any cloth, really. And since I'll probably get this guy's gear built up a little bit at some point, some of that stuff's going to come in handy. The more stuff I can just get, the less stuff I gotta go buy. So to me, that's worth it. And I got turned around. Okay. Gotta go look for the lost necklace. And Westfall's the next place we're gonna go. So it's just over the other side. It's more of the same, really. It's not horribly changed from this. It's a little more desolate. It's got the first dungeon in it that you encounter as a human class. So, boar meat. Got a good bit of stuff up in that one. Now, in the human startup area, there's a good bit of choice you can make on where you want to go. You can go to Westfall, you can go to, I don't remember what it's called, but it's basically the other direction. And it has its own story. They're both kind of cool. Oh, we need to make a pie. Alright, so we got something else we got to do around here, if I'm not mistaken. kelp. We'll go get the kelp. And these are not incredibly challenging. The quests are not deep yet, so they don't have the depth of some of the other ones that you reach later, where it's a continuing story and you can't life train those guys, I guess. He evaded me. Squirrel is quite elusive. There we go. Since most of my characters were night elves, I missed out on a lot of the trivial animals on this side. I think that was an achievement for that. I'll have to look when we get to a point where we can stop. Because I don't remember. And this is where we get to meet the Murlocs. And honestly, for the longest time, I never understood why these guys were so popular. I mean, I guess they're pretty cool. But mostly for me, they just tend to overrun me and kill me. Yeah, we got a new bag. Small pouch. One more frond. And really, we might as well just knock these out. I mean, those are just wolves. Alright, so we're gonna have to go over here. And World of Warcraft has an underwater system where you have to monitor your air so you don't run out. It's pretty standard stuff. Nothing horribly complex. And there we go. Now we can head back. So you can swim on or under the water, which if you go under the water, you have to watch your breath, or you'll run out of air, and you'll die fairly quickly. So a lot of people do duels in Goldshire, but as a level 7 warlock, I'm not exactly suited up to duel
What
people.
can I do for you? See you around.
Okay, we got some
Hello.
invisibility elixir.
See you later.
Oh, invisibility liquor. Liquor doesn't usually make you invisible, it usually makes you invincible. And by the way, if you're still watching this and you've been tuned in since the beginning of the stream, thank you. I mean, I know it doesn't sound like much to most people, but I really appreciate every single person who views any of my videos. So just know that you are appreciated. I don't claim to be the best, but I sure try as hard as I can to enjoy what I'm doing and make the experience of playing these games enjoyable. Sometimes I think I succeed, sometimes, well, sometimes I think nothing could help.
Hello. Safe travels.
Level 8! Now we can summon our Void Walker. And there she goes. So, all right. I'm having to go across the mine each time. Okay, so we're gonna go turn this pie in, and then I'm going to call it a night. because it's been a good amount of time. We've done a lot of stuff, so we're doing in good shape, and the storm is driving my dog crazy, so I apologize for the barking. There's nothing I can do about it.
See you around.
So we're gonna end here, and then tomorrow we'll pick this up and see where we need to go. Let me know if you want me to stream this, guys, and again, subscribe to the channel so that you can check out the details for our contest that's coming out. Details on Monday. So I will talk to you later, and thank you for watching.